Celebration in our honoring of two retirees, Sandra Lee and Angelo Grande. I would like to welcome their families, friends, and colleagues. Now, I'm here basically because I got a call yesterday afternoon from Anita that she needed a sub. And I better be here. No lesson plans, nothing. Unfortunately, Jim did have an accident the other day. He went down and he injured his elbow. He had surgery. It's repaired. He's fine. And he greatly misses being here tonight. I wanted to give you that message. Retirement, at times, I seem to be a very bittersweet type of occasion. Some people simply just cannot wait to go away, while others are basically, that's the left, right? While others are sometimes afraid to leave. No matter what it is, it's a difficult choice to make. What we would like to do tonight, our goal, is to make you both feel very special because you are very special. And we would like to just really show our appreciation for what you have given us over the last 30 years. Tonight's festivities will include a potpourri of really skits. We have some music, we have some testimonials, we'll have what we're really hoping is that you both will come away with very fond memories of this night as you both move on to an exciting new aspect of your lives. Now, just a brief introduction. Sandy Lee. She's been teaching for over 31 years, and it's amazing you can look the way you do at the 31 years. College and Long Island University, and Sandy is well known for her creative and unique, sensitive teaching style. I've heard a story, and as I just found out yesterday I was asked to do this, and I was asking people about Sandy. I heard so many stories, I didn't know where to begin. But I was just curious about, I know your unique style, but there was one about blue water, and how she sprays her students with this blue water and it makes them fountain of youth water. She's spraying them. Angelo's on a list. Sandy's also known for really a number of beautification projects around our school. You come to the middle school, you will see ponds, waterfalls, bridges, you name it is there, all due to Sandy's creative touch. Show on Cablevision channel. Angelo Grande, also teaching for over 30 years, has been involved in a myriad of teaching experiences that vary from mock trials to computer education to stock market games in which he had 2 New York State winners. No, it wasn't a stock market, it was a mock trial competition, correct? They made the final in the mock trial, okay. I knew he was going to tell me. He also created a consumer education program at North Shore. He worked in a summer school program to give you some idea what Angelo is like. During the summer program, his students were creating a little business, and he sold lemonade and pretzels and popcorn, and all the proceeds went to a soup kitchen in Grande. Pretty unique. Angelo also ran his first marathon at the age of 55. And since that time, he's run 4 since. The only complication, he's lost 2.5 inches of height. And let me tell you, you cannot afford to lose the height. You hear that laugh? I love that. Now, just briefly before we have a toast from Russ, 2 things that stood out. One thing that stood out about Sandy, and this is just that came to my mind when I was driving home yesterday, and one thing about Angelo, if I may. One thing that stands out about Sandy to me is you have the most unique walk I've ever seen in my life. Sandy walks down the hall, and everything stops. It's like, yeah. Where did you learn to strut like that? It doesn't make a difference what the occasion, what the day. She has this. You hear music when you see her walk down. It is yours. It's astounding. We'll find out how you learn that a little later on. Angelo, without a doubt, you have the most contagious laugh I ever heard in my life. One of the first times I met Angelo, I went to a SPOA meeting. Someone have to ask.
What is SPOA?
Thank you very much. Short People of America meeting. You don't know this. He was vice president. I walked into this meeting, and there were people wearing anti-gravity boots, coming from these bars. They looked like bats in a cave. It was unbelievable. To lengthen, did it work? Okay, it worked. The other thing I just want to mention, I was thinking of these two people, very unique in personality, extremely different in teaching styles, and I was trying to think of some way to tie them together. And it was a little bit of a struggle, but I was driving home on Northern State Parkway. Please don't ask me why this happened, but I'm going to share this with you. Joel, how are you here? Do not analyze this, please. Okay, I thought of the movie Star Wars. Princess Leia. I knew it. I had this image of Yoda in his little swamp doing whatever Yoda does. Incoming, dressed to kill with pearls and flowers and incense. Diana? Could you teach me to be a gentleman?
I don't know if you have what it takes. If you walk in, you start tomorrow.
Don't ask me why, where it came from, I have no clue. What I would like to do now is I'm going to let you get back to your wonderful salads and drinks. But before we do that, Russ would like to make a toast.
Where's your guitar?
We'd love to do shot stuff for 50 minutes. Gotta watch out for the for kids. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to stand, please. Angelo, you have to stand. It's okay. Ladies and gentlemen, the two of the best people in the world. May they thrive and continue. May they enjoy all of the wonderful things that you are owed to. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord lift up his face and shine. Have a seat, guys.
There's one more piece before you go back. Hold on. I was able to read this. This involves the work we are all involved in, Sandy and Angelo, educating children. Hang on one second. The road that leads into the future is a path that every boy and girl must take, as they journey on their separate ways from today into tomorrow. Every child who begins the journey, guided by knowledge and learning, will travel wrapped in the dreams of hope and love, racing eagerly forward to meet the challenges and make the discoveries that await them. All children, everywhere, deserve the best of what we have to offer. A future that will welcome them with love and joy and peace. Children are the best of what we are. They are the promise of tomorrow. You are both the best of what we have to offer. And we'd like to thank you for nurturing and guiding our children on the journey of life. Thank you.
Today, so I'm testifying for Angelo's retirement specifically.
Louder!
Sandra, hi, how you doing? I wish you well. I wish I knew you more, so I could also honor you with another presentation. I was asked specifically to fill in my gym for Angelo. Not only is he a member of the middle school, but he's in my heart, in my technology department, in my business department, and I would love to present. And I had the honor to do it. I was chomping at the bit for it. So, ladies and gentlemen, I give him Angelo Grande. This is your life. Please, ladies and gentlemen. And it's one hell of a life. Okay, let's just jump in. Ladies and gentlemen, it all starts back in a wonderful town called Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. Anybody Brooklyn in the house? Yeah. There it is. Here's what we love you. Please don't ask me what year you was born in Bed-Stuy. If you count the stars on the flag, you only count 23 stars. Alright, so I'm sorry. Very cute, Angelo. There's a theme tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to ask you at the end of the night if you can pick up on that theme. But it starts out with patriotism. Angelo's one of the most patriotic guys that I know. And probably a lot of you pick up on that. Let's keep going. All right, Angelo's holy community. Some of you might have picked up on the fact that Angelo still wears these socks. Second theme tonight, religion. Very big in Angelo's life. Confirmation. By the way, Mr. Pickman picked up on today how much Ignatius looks exactly like his dad at this age. Is that true? Huh? You're telling me your boy... That's right, that's nice.
I was just thinking that myself.
Okay. Oh, very nice. We have high school graduation. Angelo and I share something very close. We're both graduates of John Adams High School. This is Angelo. Thank you, John Adams graduates. John, here we go. By the way, the trees that are in the background here. I graduated in 1982. These trees are enormous. Enormous. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are paisans. And that is a true fact. After high school, Angelo moved right into the military. Yes, and while he did tell all of the chicks at local bars that he was a lean mean fighting machine in the Viet Cong, working with the radio division, the bottom line was the radio division was AKA he knew how to get all the good stations at the PX. Angelo was often seen yelling, "Yo, that Rosemary Clooney really rocks." And here he is. We got an actual shot. Here he is at the local PX. Getting a feel for him and his friend Stinky Mikowski. He still has that smile, doesn't he? You gotta love this guy. You gotta love him. Yeah, give him a round of applause for that, huh? After the military, Angelo came home. Ripe for life and family. And little did he know, but in an Italian charities dance, he would run into the love of his life. I mentioned, in meeting with Kathy, she mentioned the word charities. So she did say she would dance with him. And look! There they are. Yes. There she was, along with Catherine. By the way, Catherine also retired from our Board of Education, dedicated to our district for multiple years. Follow the Catherine on the floor. She's awesome. Angelo Angelo dedicated his love to his girl at that point by cutting off his left ear. So I thought that was a nice touch. He thought he was going to work with the Renaissance humanities program, but there's nobody from Renaissance to go around. Okay, you guys think that. Okay, move on. Go away. A year and a half later, Kathy tells me. A year and a half later, they got married. Isn't that lovely? And after that, boom! Little Ignatius. They got all this town. Give them a round of applause. There you go. And after that, boom! There we go. There she is. Angela Rose, bravo. The nice thing you got to recall right now is that Kathy made the decision after going for her first child. She left teaching at Grande to dedicate her life to her kids. And I love it. I absolutely love it. That's where you see that today. So let's keep going. Here's Angelo after the birth of the children. He planted a tree. You gotta love it. Then he brought his first hat and coat. Does it look familiar? That's the question. Hello, Angelo, you doing? You're wearing tattoo. He said, Bill, if you're lucky, I'll hand this down to you. I appreciate that. Angelo, after look, they got 2 kids. We're trying to stretch money. And he was trying to stretch money. He grew that ear back. Things were looking good. We keep going. Here's Angelo with his lovely daughter, Angela. Of course, they were tough on money. Here he's trying to plow some snow using Angela. Got on another college show with Kathy. The next day, Kathy made a little outfit for him. It was called the punishment suit. Anytime Angela did something wrong, she would make him wear that suit. And by the way, Angela uses that as punishment in his classroom today. So the Frank Lucas of the world got through school wearing that. So if you see kids walking through the halls with a funny outfit, I'd say, Mr. Grande, right? Absolutely, that's it. Punishment suit. She made that with her own hand, by the way. Babe. I'm not going to say anything about that. It's too beautiful. That too. But I can make a comment about this. I did hear that the concern McCaffrey had is that the kids were always saying, Daddy, how come everybody else's buckets have fish in them? We got nothing. You're killing me, Dad. You're killing me. Behind his leg here, he's got a box of Mrs. Paul's. He kept sticking with it. Dad, is this really a fish? Come on. I don't get it. Nice. Nice. This is good. Well, Angelo was. Angelo, I love that outfit. If I could borrow that, I'm wearing it tomorrow. I'm wearing it really well. This picture that Kathy, by the way, Kathy, his wife, hooked me up with all these wonderful pictures. And I was a little concerned when I got this picture, though. I kept meeting with Kathy on the side, on the sly. I called her home. Angela was home. She used code words. I thought he was on to us. I was really worried his horse's head was going to wind up in my car. I saw the Godfather. Come on. Kill me here. Luckily it did. And thank you, Kathy. I won't tell Angelo a damn thing. Don't worry about it. Okay. And here he is. He's stretching the dollars again. He's stretching the dollars. And of course, he was working for the business department. And we have a chairperson right over there. Look at you think right there. There you go, chairperson. Very good. Okay.
Looks like a yearbook.
Angelo looking busy. I guess this was like the work zone. I think it worked out well. Bravo, Angelo. Angelo was working hard. He was trying to do things. He was distracting himself as well. He found new outlets for his energy. For those of you that know Angelo, and I think all of you know Angelo, he's got immense energy. So where did he go to? Running. So here he is at the Long Island Marathon. Bravo. There he is. That's him with the big thumbs up, the tape wrapped around himself. No, we can't do that. New York City Marathon. I like the nose thing. Now, I'm checking the memories now. I'm checking the memories. Do you remember back to the confirmation, the communion, Holy Communion, the white socks? His wife knitted those white socks and the gloves for him. That is dedication. I love that. Here's his and I only hope that tonight we'll be able to play some of that music, and they'll be able to do some of those steps. Angelo took on a job as teaching of dancing with this lovely laptop. Here they are again. Another dance. You gotta love these kids, huh? You kill them. You kill them. There we go. Okay. The other thing is family. I go back again to when Angelo was a little kid, waving that flag. Here's Angelo again, dedicated. very, very involved in the American Legion. Now he's a district representative, I believe, of the American Legion of our district. Very involved in our community. He has a lovely family. I only wish that, you know, I always complain to my wife. I said, get in the pictures. Set it on remote. Kathy's the picture taker. All right? And I didn't get to the house to grab some of the pictures with Kathy in it. I regret that. But it has a lovely family, of course. And there's our lovely Angelo. Angelo, I'm going to just end on this picture, because it's all about family. So let's just go back again. For Angelo, the big things in his life, which speak to my heart, are church, family, the love of his district, the United States of America. And when you have those kind of qualities and characteristics in a human being, it is so easy to speak about somebody like that. It's just so true. Angelo, I will miss you tremendously. All of your friends will miss you tremendously. I wish you How about a nice hand for Joe Terozzi?
When Angelo applied for his job, they wouldn't give the same husband-wife, so she resigned so she could
Yeah, I remember
No, they got married now, and it's all quick.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from North Shore Middle School Library, Mr. Derek Lee's video presentation. Derek?
Angelo, you have always been on our 32 years of training you have weathered the storm and have shown your resilience and Angelo, have a Grande.
On behalf of all of the students who benefited from your computer classes. On behalf of all the teachers who benefited from your intensive driving classes. Years participated in your organized mock trials. On behalf of all the students who participated in your stock market game, and remember the time that you looked them right in the eye and said, "Read it right." On behalf of all those teachers who, as a building representative, remember the time that you walked into a principal's office and said, me, who remembers the time that back in 1998, when I was still a bachelor, you put your arm around me, looked me in the eye, and said, "I decide you need to be married."
Think I'll go home now.
Sandy, your colleagues in the English department have been fortunate to know and admire your wonderful gift for gardening.
Some of us have worked with you for decades, Sandy, tilling the fields, planting the seeds, watering the crops, and spreading the manure.
We've spread only a little manure with you. However, we've been lucky enough to see the bountiful fruits of your labor.
And the tracing depth of the court, the crimson pasture of rose valley.
You have indelibly nurtured both your students and your colleagues, and we can never thank you enough. We promise your best to you, make the fun short if you're blessed in our care.
We send you off to your retirement with apologies to Gertrude Stein, who never said what could have. A pumpkin is a pumpkin.
Okay, it must have been my first year or two teaching, and I needed a video camera, the video monitor. So I knock on Sandy Lee's door. She says, "Come on in." We take the video. So I start to roll it out, but then there's this eerie feeling inside. I turn around, and they're all the kids. Some of them blankly staring, some of them with their eyes closed looking like this. And I whispered to Sandy, "What are they doing?" She said, and the girl in the front corner of the room leaned forward and goes,
That beyond the dress and the safari I saw the lessons simply teaching children another life. That's when you read it.
You made every child feel very, very important.
She will always have fun. You find the best in everyone, and children are most looking to have had you as a teacher. You are a consummate educator, you are a lover of children, and you are just one phenomenal lady.
Brief intermission before we have the skit. We'll be with you in 2 minutes. Scene change.
But they were also getting rid of Tommy's Way. He seems like he's just this is hilarious. The department and the secretaries had a press party for Tommy Jones. Now, Tom Jones is not invited, but goodbye, Tom Jones. They hit the tail on the donkey with his face on the donkey. And I don't think they had to pin tail, they were throwing darts at it. And I was like, Jesus. It's like all these 50-year-old people just playing all these old games because they're so happy to get them. You know what I was just like? When my boss, Joe Fowler, was acting superintendent, they went to her consultant because she was new to the job and listened to their complaints. They spent the whole year documenting all the problems with them. She hired them and she was invited to the recording.
So I was like, let me see how much it was. So I unzipped her and showed the tag. And then she's like, well, wait a minute, what size is that? So she took it down again. And I was like, really? And Kim happened sitting over there. I'm like, what are you guys doing? You have a good seat. But you know what? Peter's on my team next year. You'll set the rhythm for us. I'm team leader next year, and he's on my team. So I said, first order of business is we're going to learn how to do polling. But you know what? Peter would be way too willing to do it. He wants to take it. He'd be like, but I have to learn from you. So you're doing first. No, you hide your time. In the field.
Can I just ask you quickly, if she has no background in music, what is it?
That's great.
And now, I will say the music department is
Oh, Claire, you missed it.
has something to do with, has something to do with, she's a problem solver and communicator. You know, she has
Now, most of you are going to have a little treat tonight, and you're going to experience the final taping on Cablevision live at SNC of the Sandra Lee Show. Sandra Lee Show. Whenever you are ready, gentlemen and ladies, let the skit begin. Nice job there. Okay, here we go. We're ready now. This is it. We'll start filming. This is serious stuff. That was just rehearsal. 1, 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sandra Lee Show.
driving to Cleveland to be the anchorwoman on AM Ohio. For our last episode, I have many wonderful. Our first guest, you all know him as that cherub of a computer teacher, Angelo Grande.
I hope he's okay.
Thank you, Angelo. And of course, to you too. And thing you know, welcome, please, the pumpkin people, if you would. How do you stand there in the halls, a sentinel for all of us, practically rock where you stand? Why? Why do you do it? You touched me right here. Let me light a candle. Oh, am I out of my gourd? I can only imagine what candles are needing. Now. What is it? Oh my goodness, it's the owl from Greenkill. Thank you for coming to the Sandy Lee Show. Good to be in Cleveland. Thank you very much.
There you go. Thanks for all this. Good work, Terry, and John Jackson, and David Tooley, and all the other ones. Round of applause. I'll tell you, Corona was pretty good as a woman, isn't it? Let me tell you. Anyway, as the entertainment portion of our program continues, I would like to call to the podium Mr. Harry Sturch.
What's up, man? I called him twice. I called Harry Stewart twice. That was close. 12 days of Christmas.
I'm not normally associated with entertainment, many of you know. But following this act is very difficult, and with all the feathers and Angelo's cap, I just wanted to mention something that probably most of you don't know. When I first came to the district assistant superintendent for business, I discovered very early on that in the summer, when 80% of our purchasing is done, it gets rather backed up, and the accounts go into chaos, and principals call to find out what happened to their orders, and account balances come out in September, and they're in red ink. So I said, we have to do something about this, and I asked around if there was anybody in the district who might be interested in helping out part-time, and I was recommended Angelo Grande, a young teacher in the business ed department with the MBA. So he came on over. And in a few weeks, part-time in June, Angelo put together his own little system, reorganized things, got coordination with the accountant and with schools, and we had almost daily balances, and principals could call up to find out where the orders were. And it was amazing. And in September, when the accounts came out, they weren't red, they were mostly white and green. And teachers could actually find out how much more money they had left so they could buy things. So it's the kind of thing that is unsung, as it should be. It's minor considering his many other contributions, but really he did a great job, and he also did something else part of that. He established very cordial and mutually respectful relations with the schools for us in the business office. And he was a good example to us, I think, in that the business office really has a supportive role with the rest of the district, and he was a good example for that, I think. And of course, we've been friends with him ever since, and I'd like to, on behalf of the district, thank him very much for his contribution at that time. Thanks, Sue.
Okay, Ignatius and Angela, come on up. You know what I love about this family, though? You ever look at the Grande family? I feel very comfortable. Number one is over 5'5".
Well, this is, I mean, it's hard to believe that this day is here and this great. And I just have a couple of quick stories. One was when I was in school. Obviously, everyone knows I went to Glen Hague, Glenwood, and graduated from the high school, went to the junior high. And it was when I was in the junior high that I heard a story which I hadn't realized. And it's funny how everything is connected, but my junior high social studies teacher was in my father's class in high school, which is Mr. Schachter. And I didn't realize that there was a bet when I was born. I think it was as to what day I was going to be born. And he was involved with the bet, and I think people were a little upset that I was called Ignatius. But it worked out. I liked it. But and a couple other things. When I was in school, which I think Angelo will vouch for as well, I think it's for people, teachers who do have their children in school. It's obviously there are pros and cons, and I think one of the pros for us was definitely being able to park in the teacher's parking lot. And if we ever needed a couple of dollars, you know, our father was pretty good about that too. But I do remember there was some things where they wanted to go on trips or certain things, and my father would say, "Oh, I've been talking to people. You can't go. You're not all the inside information." But one thing too is the two things that I'm really happy that I was able to share with my father. And he's very can kind of be stuck in his ways and doesn't like to change, especially as exemplified by his hat. But the two things which we were able to get him to do, which I'm very proud of him, is number one, the running. And that happened when I was in college. I had never ran before. I was a junior in college, and I came home that summer and ran. And Angela was the captain of her track team in college, and she was always a big runner. And we both used to go to the track to run. And we used to ask our dad if he wanted to ever come. And I said, "Oh, we should come, it's good for you." And you know, he was like, no, you know, you can't change me, I'm too old to do something like that. And we let it go. And then a couple of weeks went by, and he asked if he could come with us. And, you know, he had trouble getting around the track once. And then, you know, and he walked, and he ran, and he walked, and he ran. And by the end of the summer, believe it or not, he was running 4 miles, 5 miles. And then within a year, he ran a 10 mile, and he did a marathon about a year and a half after he started running. But I love my favorite story is, I think probably about a year or two ago, a couple years ago, he said that he was in class and a football student came up to him. And the football team had been practicing on the field, not right on the track, but next to it. And I guess they kept seeing him run. And they said, "Mr. Grande, I started practicing, I saw you run, and you went around once, twice, and we were practicing, and an hour later, you were still running. So you're like the Energizer Bunny, you keep going and going." And I like this. But and his glasses, too. He never wanted to change his big, for those of you who have been teaching, I think you remember he always had big brown glasses. And my sister and I insisted, he knew he could try his smaller glasses. And I think he looks better. And maybe somebody would like to send me his pictures. I think he looks good. And we're very proud of him for all he's done, and he's a wonderful father. I just want to congratulate him.
go places and meet people and they tell us how to do it. It's still in. And still in. And yeah, as a daughter who grew up in a high school where her dad was a teacher, there were ups and downs and that my dad knew about all the cake parties before I did. And how prevented me from going to all of them. I think I'm better for it. And I think that also having my mom on the school board, they knew everything that was going on in the community. So they could serve as resources for us. And yeah, having that access to the faculty parking lot was definitely a great thing. Especially when you're a senior and running late for homeroom and have that locker 5 feet away from the door. It was a great thing. But we definitely wish our dad best in the future, and can't wait to see what he's up to. We already see him a lot in the city, and evidently we'll be seeing a lot more of him. So congratulations and good luck.
Don't you ever tell me good things don't come in very small packages. What a family. Ladies and gentlemen, our next guest, I'm just going to do a brief imitation. You can figure out who it is, I think.
Hey guys, the Sandy Lee thing, I gotta do a whole musical, okay? It'll be fine. Here it is.
Let's catch you.
We have a couple of musical ditties for both Angelo and for Sandy. The first one, we got this coffee already? Make sure we get the coffee already. Hi guys. Can you hear that? Yeah. Oh, that was it. Oh. We were sitting here trying to figure out, can we do parody songs for Sandy and for Angelo? Angelo is already a parody. So I decided to do one for Sandy. I think I'll have to put my glasses on. That's really hard. This is a song, guys, that some of you who are old, not that old, actually looking at the crowd here, we're kind of in the middle of this song. This is an American song, and it's called Only in Your Heart. And this is for Sandy, and then we've got one, and as soon as I finish this one, Sue Ring is going to pass out some song sheets to you. Oh my God, she's done it already. How efficient are you? That's amazing. And we'll be doing that after this, and that's for both of these guys. But we're going to try to do this one for Sandy, and this is called Only in Your Heart.
I don't think it's this one. I think it's the next one.
Sandy, you will see better days. You will find different ways. And does it really mean that much to your heart? Carry all of the joys you can. Maybe even find another man. Directly there to your source. You gotta chart his course. Only in your heart these things that make you want to start it all again. Only in your heart these things that make you want to start it all again. Wake up from an elusive dream. You've got to change your scene. It's getting so hard to see break down all of the walls you can. You need a helping hand. I'm sure there's someone there just for you. He's trying to make it too. Only in your heart these things that make you want to start it all again. Only in your heart these things that make you want to start it all again. Can't disregard your life is too short till we reach the end. Sandy, you will see better days. You will see better days. Yes, Sandy, you'll see better days. Song from 1982. Gentleman who I sang with a long time ago wrote this thing. His name was Harry Chapin. And Angelo, this is for you. And this is for Sandy. And we're going to try to do this together. It's a sing-along kind of situation. And I'll give you a little cue from up here. All my life's a circle, sunrise and sundown. The moon rolls through the night time till the daybreak comes around. All my life's a circle, but I can't tell you why. Seasons spin around again. Years keep rolling by. Come on, Williams, I need help here, you know? I got a nice group over there. I'll do a soft one here for you. It seems like I've been here before. I can't remember when, but we got this funny feeling that we'll all be together again. No straight lines make up my life. All my roads have bends. There's no clear-cut beginning. So far, no end. Okay, guys, here we go. You ready? 5, 6, 7. All my life's a circle. Sunrise and sundown. The moon rolls through the night till the daybreak comes around. All my life's a circle. All my life's a circle. But I can't tell you why. Seasons spin around again. Years keep rolling by. Oh, I got a soft one for you here, guys.
This was a soft one. Go home.
I found you here 1,000 times. But then we lose each other. It's just like a children's game. As I see you here again, thoughts run through my mind. Our love is like a circle. Let's go round one more time. All right, full voice. All my life's a circle. Sunrise and sundown. The moon rolls through the nighttime till the daybreak comes around. All my life's
Not a wedding. Anyone who would like to? What was it? Anyone want to take a photo? Go for it. And then we need a knife. We need a knife and a picture.
We don't have an idea where it's going Is that what you said?
That's what I'm getting.
Going for a knife. Here comes a gentleman from the San Luis show with a knife.
Hey, by the way, the three of you were great.
Cake will be served. While cake's being served, we have a couple words from Dennis. Come on, Dennis.
Thanks, man. It's really nice to see all of you again. And this is Andy, my congratulations.
You pumpkin?
to you.
No, Barbara. No.
You know, my mom is a wonderful teacher, and I know I don't have to tell all of you that. And, of course, her methods are somewhat unorthodox. I know that she has an ability to take on some of the tougher cases and get through, where it may be more difficult for others, and you may have wondered how she developed that particular skill. So I'll share a story with you to give you some insight into what Mom had to go through raising me. So she's teaching. I was a baby, well, you know, wandering through the halls of Northfield High School, and years went by. So around 13, I had a paper route delivering newsdays in the neighborhood, and Mom would come home after school very tired, as I'm sure you can all relate, and I can as well, having experienced briefly under Commandant Dimitri. I can appreciate how demanding your jobs are. I commend all of you, and I mean that from my heart. You did a wonderful job. And my hearts go out to you, they really do. You know, the bell rings and you're on. Wow. So Mom would come home and she'd be very tired, and she would inevitably take her nap after school. She always took a nap, about a half hour or so. She'd come home from school and right on the button, and 3:15, whenever it was she walked in, and she'd take her nap. So easy. Well, whenever it was, she'd come in, she would take her nap. So I was a resourceful young lad, and I would slip the car keys out of Mom's purse and drop it in neutral and kind of push it out the driveway and deliver my newspapers on my newsday route. I found this to be very efficient at age 13. So much so that I was able to take on extra routes. It became a very profitable endeavor. But as you also know, we're a very spiritual family, and eventually my conscience got the best of me. I can no longer carry on with this charade, and I broke down one day, and I said, Mom, there's something I have to tell you. She said, yes. I've been taking your car every day and delivering my newspapers. That's funny. I said, no, I'm serious. No, you haven't. No, I haven't. I want to see it. Okay, let's go. And so Mom proceeded to ride shotgun while I went around the road, and I delivered all the newspapers. We got back home, and she said, don't you ever do that again. And of course, I never did. But, you know, there are a lot more stories like that, and Mom was always very loving and patient and insightful. And I was certainly very trying on her patience. So, on this night, we celebrate a long, long career. Spent 30 some odd years raising me and raising so many other children in the community. It was a wonderful job, Mom. Congratulations. I love that.
cake is being cut and served. Not sure where. I alluded to the point that Jim Curran did suffer an injury the other day, and he felt very terrible about not being able to be here. He did send me a letter he would like me to read to Angelo and Sandy. Although I cannot be with you this evening, I want to extend my best wishes and sincere congratulations as you reach this intersection in life. I have known both of you for many years. Each of you, in your own unique way, is a true professional. You care about kids and give tirelessly of yourself to the educational efforts within the school system. However, you each do it with your own unique style. Sandy Lee is flamboyant, cuddly, theatrical, and even goes as far as introducing feng shui. I knew it would be somewhere. Into the life of her classroom, because according to Sandy, if the energy forces aren't right, little learning can take place. Angelo presents another unique profile. Professionally attired at all times and business-like, he continuously models for students the work ethic which he holds so dearly as part of his own lengthy experience. Angelo's devotion to country, to values, and to the importance of education for all has been exemplified within his own family, as well as to many students that have come across his path. I realized that it was equally as important for me to have been able to learn from both of you. Whether it be inspirational sermons on the Scientology of religion and cosmic being, or the intricacies of 131 defense for the St. John's Redmond. Each conversation has been cherished. I will miss you both and hope to see you in the near future when I return from my mini crisis. Best regards, your friend, Jim Curran. And Julie, we have some gifts to present.
While Russ is bringing over gifts, I have a little bit to talk about from my own personal experience. Here I am last year, 22 years old, walking to North Shore Middle School and a little overwhelmed. So my mentor says, why don't you give Sandy a call? She's very approachable. Tell her a little about yourself, she'll call you back, she'll make you feel better. So it's August 28th, I call up Sandra Lee. Hello, Miss Lee. It's Elizabeth O'Neill calling. I just want to say hello, introduce myself. I'm looking forward to a great year, 6th grade, North Shore, blah, blah, blah. No return phone call. I'm like, okay. Thanks for coming out. But I had a butterfly mat underneath my door when I got to my classroom. And tea. I'm like, I don't drink tea. I don't like butterflies. What is going on? So I have my morning class, and I'm dying of sweat. I've never done this before, and these kids are staring back at me like, okay, Miss O'Neill, let's flirt. I'm like, okay, it's not that bad. I just do some stuff, blah, blah, blah. I have my afternoon class, triple period. Those of us at 6th grade know about the triple period. My kids come in, they sit down, they're listening, someone raises their hand. I'm like, what is the question about? It's just filling out textbook papers, blah, blah, blah. Miss O'Neill, I have a question. I'm like, yes. I have no idea what his name is. Is Miss Lee a priest? I go, is Miss Lee a priest? I'm not sure what you mean. The little girl raises her hand. She goes, well, I thought she was a nun. I said, I'm a little confused. You know, I went to Villanova, I was a Catholic girl, I wasn't quite sure what was going on. Well, she sprayed water at us. What is going on here myself? I'm like, I'm not really sure. I thought this was a public school, and I was a long way from Villanova, and I didn't know what was going on. I was like, well, you know Miss Lee. I don't know Miss Lee, but everyone told me Miss Lee is Miss Lee. You just go with it. So here I am, my first day teaching ever in my entire life. Well, not really. My first year in my own classroom teaching. I'm like, well, you know, Miss Lee. 2 years later, I'm still saying, well, you know, Miss Lee. She's Miss Lee. But what about the plus points? Don't you give plus points in your classroom? Oh no, you just do the index cards. There's no plus points. That's part of the bargain. It has been an experience of which I will cherish for the rest of my life. I will never forget anything that Miss Lee has taught me. S. Lee, as I like to call her. She's been a wonderful friend, an incredible mentor, and someone that I will cherish through the rest of my years of teaching. She loves children, she loves people, and she will give anything of herself to anyone who is in need. And I just would love for all of us to thank Miss Lee for who she is and what we will all remember her for.
Well, as a first-year teacher, it's a little unusual to however, when I started at North Shore, I had my homeroom class, my advisory class in Angelo Grande's section, and I worked with Sandra Lee. So I actually got the chance to know them both quite intimately, and I have to say that I'm a better person for it. Angelo, when I first came to school, I was fighting traffic from New York City, especially on the first day of school, which was awful. I've never seen such bad traffic before in my life. If any of you don't know, please don't tell anyone. But Angela was the first person to commiserate with me and say, I know, honey, coming up from New York City, I had to travel by bus before, but now I had to travel by car, and my God, the traffic on Long Island is horrendous, absolutely horrendous. And the first day of school was very worse. And Angela was kind enough to every morning greet me with a smile. We would laugh over, I don't know, anything that had happened the day before. It had been a trip to New York City, which he took very often, which we took to heart and we were buying again. And also his children who lived in New York City, who was very proud of. He told me a lot about you also. And I just felt like I got to know him in a wonderful way. And even though it was a short time, because my children became a little rambunctious to stay in the computer lab, which, you know, was very high-tech, and finally Jim said, no more, you've got to go into another room, which we did, which was fine, but I really missed my days with Angelo, because in the morning I loved talking to him. He grounded me every morning, and he was wonderful. And Sandy, I have to say, it has been an absolute pleasure working with you, and I've had a wonderful first year, and for the two of you, plus being my first contact at the school, this little triangle of people here, and you really made my experience an excellent one, and you were there at the beginning, and I thank you very much, and I congratulate the two of you from the bottom of my heart, and I just want to say you're in my heart forever, and thank you. Okay, so we have a paraphernalia day for both of our retirees this evening. We have for Sandy, apropos, a couple of different things. We have a shopping bag, operative word being bag. It's not leopard, but perhaps she might find it somewhat accommodating to her summer excursions out there in Cleveland. She's leaving the good Long Island and heading towards
pocket rule?
In addition, we have from the association a day of pampering, apropos, to Miss Lee at Estee Lauder Spa. And to Angelo from the association, which charity from before,
to spend at Foot Locker so he can get some new sneakers, especially Italian sneakers. Italian sneakers are superior to any kind of sneakers. And, which I feel especially close to because I used to speak to Angelo all the time at the theater, we have for you a gift certificate. A very good one for you to send to Ticketmaster, and I hear that you're very interested in Burley Modern Village. We didn't want to pick the dates because we didn't know your plans. We heard you're traveling all over the place in your retirement, so we decided to let you pick, and we hope that you put it to good use. And finally, for Miss Lee, something she can wear in remembrance of us all. A little bit of jewelry. I don't know if she'll go for it now or later. But something that she can always wear to remember us all. Glittery, glitzy, lots of stuff there that Miss Lee can show around to all her friends when she's in retirement.
Thank you, Julie and Liz. Thank you very much. What we like to do at this point is we're going to invite Sandra first to say a few words, and then if you'd like to say a few words. So, guest of honor, come on. And to leave it.
Well, I have to tell you, I am grateful. First of all, I'm grateful I finally got here. And without any terrible mishaps. I've been so nervous the last month because I thought some kid will jump out the window or some parent will be mad at me and ruin my fun at the end of the year. And so far we got to the end and there were no mishaps. I'm grateful that I'm healthy. Thank God I am able to begin this retirement in perfect health, and I consider that such a blessing. I am grateful for the financial security this job has afforded me, something that I treasure and respect and appreciate tremendously. I'm grateful for this evening. It's a real gift, and I'm relishing every minute of it, opening up the gift and enjoying it, admiring it. I'm grateful for all of my friends, and I want to thank all of you who participated in this evening's event. Carol Bobley, Russ Ketchum, Ira Cohen, Joanne Stein, Tony DeCan, Marianne Soward, Jim Curran, Anita Dimitri, Sue Ring, Ken Nady, Ed Corona, Diane Beecher, Barbara Brennan, Dave Keenan, Joanne Craven, Jillian Henderson, Pam Costello, and Derek Leaf. And if I left anybody out, who did I leave out? Liz O'Neill. And Julie, of course, well, you're in this speech later. The second thing I wanted to say is that I'm humble. Khalil Gibran, my favorite Lebanese poet, said that when you are born, your work is placed in your heart, and teaching was placed in my heart. I tried to leave it a couple of times, and I couldn't. I miss the kids too much. I miss the daily routine. In the summertime, I drive to the deli to get coffee, because I don't feel like I'm alive if I don't go to that school district, to that neighborhood. So I know that I'm going to miss you all. But I'm very thrilled for what I've given to the children. Mother Teresa said, God does not expect that we do great things, only little things with great love. And I gave those kids so much love. Every child I touched with tremendous love, and I know that God is proud of me for that and pleased with my work. I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that I've made the right decision, that I've chosen to move my family to Cleveland to reconnect to my Lebanese roots, to be with my sisters, to enjoy a little more space. I'm hopeful that my new career in television and writing will take off, and that I'll enjoy working another 15 or 20 years. I say the prayer of Jabez every day, that the Lord would bless me indeed and enlarge my territory. And then he would lead me not into temptation and keep his hand on my work. And most of all, I'm thrilled. I am thrilled. Carol Barton used to tell me this was the happiest night of her life. And I go, what's she talking about? You don't know until you get there. I am thrilled. Angelo, it's like getting to the finish line in a marathon. I could never run around the track anymore. In these high heels. And don't you know, I come tonight wearing all this leopard, and the whole skit is with leopard. And they didn't know I was wearing it. It's almost embarrassing how much you people know who I am. But I'm absolutely thrilled. On my television show, I always welcome my guests as my star people. I call them my star people because it's as though they were pieces of stars and they were fallen from the heavens to heal the earth. And that's the way I feel about my colleagues. They are true healers. They are all pieces of stars. I am so grateful to have worked with Liz O'Neill the last 2 years, and what a thrill. Talk about a thrill to have all the teachers that I worked with in middle school here tonight. I have Liz. Lisa is here from the distant past. Lisa had to put up with me my first 2 years in the middle school, that poor child. And I have Fran, who's here, and we taught 2 years together, Fran Lawrence and I, and of course Ira, my darling Ira, who just is so dear to me, and Phil Comito is here. And we taught 2 years together, and Gail and Julie and Debbie and Rosemary. All these wonderful people are here. And Angelo, what a thrill to be sharing my departure with the likes of you. It really, really is an honor. You know, I am mostly thrilled that my son is here. He drove all the way from Cleveland. He's already moved out there to be with me tonight. And I remember many years ago when my dad died, we were in the funeral car and we were driving to the cemetery and we passed his place of business. He was an automobile dealer. He would faint if he saw me driving a Jaguar. He was a Lincoln Mercury dealer. And I drove Lincoln Mercury for like 30 years, but the minute I could get away with it, I got a Jaguar. But when we drove past that dealership, you know, there were 30 or 40 people working in the dealership who couldn't go to his funeral, and they wanted to pay their respects, so they all lined up on Pearl Road in front of the dealership. Pearl Road is like Jericho Turnpike, and they had their hands over their hearts. And I was so touched by that. I thought, wow, all these people had such love and respect for him, and my son was with me in the car. And I thought, isn't it wonderful that he knows that his grandfather was such a good man and so well respected. I was so proud of my father at that moment, and I really wanted my son someday to be proud of me. And because of this wonderful evening, and the fact that I stuck it out with this teaching thing all this time and gave him my best, I can really stand here and know that my son is looking up at me and that he feels proud. That is a thrill. With Albert Einstein, no small thinker. He says there are only two ways to be in your life. One is as though nothing is a miracle, and the other is as though everything is. This night was a miracle for me, and I truly thank you for it. I bless you, and I love you.
Message is right here. Okay, Yoda. Angelo. You want to adjust this to a lower height?
We always argue on who's the tallest, and I don't know. Folks, we're going to have to take a measurement by the end of the evening. Where's all the time gone? I'm both sad and glad at this time. I'm sad because I'm leaving a wonderful career and a wonderful group of people. I will miss my colleagues and the students very much, but I won't miss marking the papers, getting up early, and the preparation for class, but we must move forward. I'm glad because I can travel out of off-season, get the discounts. Sleep later, try different things, read for leisure, run more marathons, try different sports, learn different things, and someone will send me a check every month. Education has been good to me. I've been able to do what I enjoy doing. I enjoy people and I enjoy teaching. In retirement, I hope to do some consulting and some seminar work. I intend to stay active and to keep up with the latest changes in education and computer technology. I hope that I have time to do all the things I want to do. I want to thank all of you tonight for being here to help me celebrate. And I want to thank Ken, Russ, Derek, Gil Terosian, the Skip people, John Jackson, Ed Corona, and my friend Harry. We go back a long time. Unbelievable. I have a funny story about Harry. I first started up in central office, and Harry and I were going out to lunch. And we stop at a light, and all of a sudden, the car starts steaming. Harry, remember that story, Harry? And we jump out of the car, and people thought there was a Chinese fire drill. And we didn't know what was. We thought the car was going to explode. And we left the car in the middle of the road, steaming, and we ran for it. Only to find out later on that it was the radiator overheating, right, Harry? And we just got out of it. I said to him, what am I getting into here? This is a dangerous job. I thought I was working with Harry up in central office, and they put me in this job. I thought it was going to explode, you know? So that's our story, and we've kept contact over the years, and we've become good friends. I'm glad he's here tonight, and I'm glad my friend George Meyer and his wife Zell's here at my table here tonight. George was my first supervisor at North Shore. We go back to the 70s, and he came here tonight. And I know my dear friends, Fran Lawrence came a long way, Fran Casola, and it's very important. And I want to thank Julie and Liz and the ladies in my department, Sue, Roselle, Diane, and Derek, who put up with me for a long time. You know, it's been a blessing being in the computer department because the restroom facilities are real close. And it's been very important to me to have that restroom nearby. So, you know, they did something nice by putting me in it, and I want to remember my children. All right, my wife's just talking about it. And I'm married. See, good to have a wife. I'm married up. I'm sorry about married. And my lovely children who came in from the city almost didn't make it tonight. The trains were late. My daughter Angelo and my son Ignatius. And of course, my lovely, thin wife, Catherine, who's been my inspiration, who's been with me through thick or thin. And also my table, two dear friends of mine who go back a long time. And these people from the district, one is the district, that's Kathy Friend, and Monica's a friend of mine from the Florida, and we're long friends. And Kathy was also involved in the theater. And if you know, Kenny and I were involved in the theater pretty long time. And we're all thespians, and that's why he did such a great job tonight. But I want to thank you all, and God bless you. And one more thing. And Paul. So let's put out one more. Dear friend Adam, all right? Good thing I have a wife. You see, that's what you need a wife for. Adam Dimitri, who was my student, who was my help and my mentor in the mock trials, who helped me through thick or thin, and we go back a long ways. Adam started with the mock trial, went up to Binghamton, Hofstra, and then came back on his own time and helped me coach. And that was the greatest thing of all. We really developed a good bond. And he's a great guy, and I wish him all the luck in the world. And Sandra, I wish you all the luck in the world, and many, many years of good health and happiness in retirement. Thank you. Harry's wife, Eda, is here tonight, and I forgot to introduce her. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you could please all rise with your glasses for one final blessing. Angelo, I'm saying this is you. May love and laughter light your days and warm your heart and home. May good and faithful friends be yours wherever you may roam. May peace and plenty bless your world with joy and all that endures. May all life's passing seasons bring the best to you and yours. We love you, we miss you, and we give you health and happiness. Goodbye. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you very much.
Oh, that was fun. Derek? David? Thank you for having me join you guys.
Next year, we're in. See you guys.
You did a good job. Very nice. No, it worked out very nicely. He's been digging up these Indian artifacts. Did she tell you about this? All right.